Ah, welcome back to the podcast. We now have a name.
Woo!
Um, so the name we decided on is the Flores. What is it? Got no. You don't even know what the name is. The name is Casa Flores. Um, I was kind of trying to put some things together. And I think that's kind of what we all liked and decided. Bowen really liked it. My mom liked it. My boyfriend was like, I like that one. So that's where we're at. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. For those that don't understand or know English or know why, um, casa means house or home. And then Flores is our second last name. I think we kind of touched base on this last podcast, the first one. But Flores, the Flores family, forever has a special place in my heart. It is me, part of us. And so, yeah, I just love it. And if I could have had my choice, I would have just kept one last name and it would have been Flores because I think it's cute. And I love flowers. I kind of debated between Casa Flores or uh, Casa de Flores. I just like variations of it, but
What was the
Casa.
other one you wanted to?
Oh my God. I also really wanted to do Marisol on the mic. Cringy, but I thought it would be funny. I don't know, but Glenn said it sounded too
Sounded
trying to
like
be
a
a DJ.
yeah.
So, yeah. So welcome. Thank you for coming back. If you came back, or if this is your first time, hi, welcome. I'm Marisol,
I'm Belen,
and this is my little honey. This is my other honey, my 11-year-old honey, just a baby, Max.
our special
Um,
guest today.
yeah. Um, Yeah. How you doing? Good, good. How you doing? Good.
Yeah,
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Um, not much going on. I have an interview soon for a
Ooh,
job.
nice.
Um, I am excited, nervous because it's like big girl job. Um, but I do like learning, so I am excited about it.
Interviews always make you nervous for no reason. Well, for good reason, but also for no reason at all. Because, like, you know your worth, you know what you're good at. So, yeah, it's just a matter of killing it, showing up with confidence, and yeah, you'll kill it.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Putting out good energies. We're manifesting. She's gonna get the job. One of them. One of however many you. How many did you apply for?
A lot. Um, not gonna say all or any of them, but applied to a lot of jobs. But um, this job in general, I think I'm the one I have an interview for soon. I'm more geared towards just for right now until
Like you're gearing towards it, you mean?
yeah,
Okay.
that's what I said. Anyways,
I guess I just assumed like because I know what else you're trying to do. So
yeah,
I was like, what do you
just
mean?
for
Because that's
right
kind of
now,
different.
yeah,
A
and then
placeholder.
yeah, while I wait for the other thing to work out. Yeah, sounds broad as shit, but that's my business.
Yeah. Today's drink of the day.
Mm.
We went to podcast. We went to Black Rock right before this to have a little drinky. And Belen decided to give herself a brain freeze and was like, I'm gonna finish it before we get on, when the whole point was to drink it on it together.
Here's the
Whatever.
thing. I drink drinks
Here we
like
go.
normally. She like savors her drinks. She'll have it the whole day. She'll put it in the freezer so it lasts a little longer.
God forbid a girl enjoy her drinky.
Yeah, but you like it gets to a point where it's just like we got that drink 4 hours ago, bro. It's the ice has now turned to water, and now it's just a watery drink.
Who's it bothering? It's my money, it's my life. Let me live.
Right.
I don't do that on purpose. I do definitely sip on it. I don't have any hurry, no rush. The one thing that I don't rush in my life. So whatever. But I do. Yeah, it ends up being like an hour or plus of me with my drink, but it's fine. I'm
Mhm.
enjoying it. Whatever. Yeah. Um, yeah, so what's new with me?
Mhm.
Where do I even start? I feel like I need to be writing these things down because I feel like um, by the time the next week rolls around that we film, that we record, like I have so many things that have happened. So I'm gonna start doing that. But right now, a couple of things. 3.5, three-ish, 3.5 maybe ish weeks before Europe, like less than 30 days. Like we're in the 20s. It's so close, so crazy. I still can't believe it. It's feeling more real because I'm doing more things to prepare for that trip, like buying cuter clothes, travel stuff. Um, I last month, I think it was, or the month before, I did my global entry. Like we're prepping, we're getting ready. Um,
For a second, I was like, "What's global entry?" And that's the
it's like the TSA, it's a pre-check.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's the fast lane. It's the
Mhm.
fast lane at Disney World, but for the airport.
Mhm.
I've never had that before, so I can't wait to take advantage of that. It came free with my credit card. Um, what else is going on? Um, I have this whole phone issue going on
Mhm.
with my phone that's really bothering me. I'm getting a replacement tomorrow. Bless the Lord. If you don't have, I think it's Apple Care Plus, or I'll put the name up here somewhere. Get if you have an iPhone, you should get that because it's only like $13, $14 a month and it covers like almost everything. And you have to pay little to no um, like fees to fix your phone or get a new one sent to you. So do it, worth it. It's definitely worth it in this case because it's only $100 for the replacement, excuse me, versus like paying another thousand plus on a phone. It's getting more expensive. Everything's getting more expensive, but I but honestly, I got like I need to work on my patience and my anger, but yesterday I was getting, it's not you laughing. I was getting so frustrated at the Apple store trying to get this fixed in resolution and someone to help. And I was almost like I was just like a hair away close from like wanting to just like put it on the credit card and get a new one because I just didn't want to deal with it. I wanted, which is like such a,
That sounds so.
I know, I hate the way it sounds, but like it's, I feel like I'm starting to get to the part in my life where like I don't like I really am starting to pay for convenience and I'm not like in some it's so funny because like in some things I'm so cheap and some things I'm so not. And this is one of those things where I'm just like, I get it now. I get while we're paying for convenience, we're paying for the answer now. Like you don't want to wait. If I had the patience and if I didn't have this Euro trip, I don't think I would be as pressed. But I was just like the turnaround from what they told me of how this could, like, I had two options. It was either this express delivery on this phone or it was ordering parts for a week out, come back, schedule another appointment. And I'm just like, if I didn't have this Europe trip, I'd be like, whatever. And if it was a cheaper option, I'd probably do that, to be honest. But since it's getting too close to the trip, I'm like, I don't want to risk waiting because what if they do fix it? And there's another issue. Like, I can't have my phone have the problems it's having when I'm in Europe. Like, it just bothered me. And so,
Yeah. We've also been postponing getting it fixed.
and that's my own fault. I'm a procrastinator at heart.
Mhm.
And we're working on it. Oh, honey. Um, what else is new? Um,
I saw my baby today.
oh, my honey, my other honey. Yeah.
How many
The
counter of how many honey she has?
just Maxie. Yes, you, honey. Oh, just you, baby.
Your boyfriend, and
My
then
boyfriend, and
our
then
friend's kid.
yeah,
Yeah.
hmm our family's kid. Um, been hacking a lot. He's getting old. um, what happened? Yeah, so that's going on. What else do I have going on? Yeah, work drama. Um, and I think that's really it. I think those are the big things.
Cool.
hmm hmm hmm
Mhm.
Yeah. So this episode, I wanted to talk about. which I mentioned last one that I really wanted to talk about. The like a 6 month check-in, 6 month new year, new me type of vibe, type of idea. Because we are now in June, by the way. Happy gay month. Happy Pride month.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Woo!
yeah. Um, and plus it's yeah, so we're in June and so we're halfway through the year. I still can't believe it. Every time I sign documents or I'm talking to clients and stuff, I'm just like, where did the year go? Like, it honestly feels like a blur. Like if I were to look back, and the best way I reflect on the year or things I've done in the week or whatever, I always go through my camera roll. I take a million photos a day.
Yeah,
It feels like you know I'm
it's
like I
crazy.
kid
She
you
has
not
so much space.
because I pay for it. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Um,
then like she doesn't put it on like a flash drive or anything.
I need
She
to.
just pays for more space.
It's so unnecessary, but
Like she
I
has
paid.
stuff from like when I was like in elementary school, I feel.
Very few pictures then, but I can't remember when it was, maybe like a year plus ago. I paid for a terabyte of storage.
Hmm.
Do I even know how big of a terabyte is? No. But I paid for it and I just kind of it's one of those subscriptions that like just keeps renewing and you're like, yeah. I could definitely dim it down to less than that. I think I might need it now with the amount we're recording and editing, which is fine. But yeah, I have like, I kid you not, maybe 20,000 plus photos on my phone. Mixtures of photos and videos. I am for sure a memory hoarder, a photo hoarder, a video hoarder, because I just love to look back on it. So when I first started dating my honey at the time, he was I don't want to say giving me shit, but he was definitely like would call out the fact that I would love to take photos and videos of everything. And now, like yesterday, I visited him at the golf drive range or whatever I think is what it's called. And he was like, like doing this whole motion of like take a picture, take a video of like what he was doing. And in my head, I'm dying and want to make a big moment out of it, but it's just so funny because now he loves it and he dies because my timing is great, my comedic timing is great because I'd be taking some, and maybe that's just me. I love taking the embarrassing photos and videos, not to ever post, not to like actually embarrass the person, but just so funny, just like a memory. We'll look back on it and laugh. And so I do that all the time with, I don't know if I do so much with you, but like, especially with my honey. And so I'll take those videos, I'll take those photos, and then I'll show them to him. And then he's just like cackling and dying and wants to watch it over and over again. And I think it's so funny. And he'll always now be like, send it to me, send it to me. And so that's what he did yesterday. And it's just cute because he's like, now I feel like I'm the mom or I'm the like, now he likes it. I don't want to say he asked for it, but it's funny. But I also like it because it's like fun to look back at like what you did a
Hmm.
couple months ago.
I mean, our moms
Progress,
have like photo albums. Now ours is more convenient. Um, I think that's fine.
whether it be progress photos or like memories, places, things
Oh,
you did, things to remember. I do that all the time. But I would also love, I told myself I wanted to do, I should add this to this list actually. I want to do an actual photo album because one thing I do love and enjoy is like the few times of the year or a couple of years that like your mom or your aunt that was a photographer in the family brings out the photo album and you have like the real paper photos or like the pictures of what you did, and it's so cute because they're so unfiltered. This was like so before anyone cared about anything and you were just photographing to document the moment, and it's just cute, sweet and innocent. And so I want to do that. I think I definitely do one for me and my honey, and then like I just want one of like the year where we're at in life. Um, but I wanna do that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I would. I feel like I just, in general, I don't know. I don't use my phone as much when I'm out. Like, I feel like I'm accustomed to her taking pictures and videos of everything. So I usually just go through her phone and just send it to myself.
Let's
Which,
get into that.
anyways,
Oh, here we go. I'm about to expose her Instagram, her trips, her
mm,
photos that she claims to post.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Anyways, but I don't know. I feel like you are like a mom in that sense. Like it's just you capture the moment, and I usually just live it. And like, I guess like as the youngest, I feel like I was always used to like everyone just putting a camera in my face, or like someone else just taking the pictures, and me just enjoying life, I guess.
Um, yeah, I definitely am the mom per se in that example. I just, yeah, I love it. Um, oh yeah, but I'm gonna expose you on it. So this girl, I'm the one who takes photos of a million things and like videos, whatever. And when we go on trips, when I go places and she's not even there, she'd be
Like,
like, "Hey, can you send me that photo?
yeah,
Hey,
a
can you
couple
send it to me?"
concerts.
Yeah, she'll just be posting it like she's there, and this girl never went. Like,
Mind you, if we want to go there, we could talk about yours too. This girl has posts from years ago, and she's
no,
posting them like
no,
she's there right now.
lying. Okay.
We do the same. You know what? Cut this whole thing out.
No, she's crazy. It's not years ago. I definitely post not in real time.
Yeah.
Some people are really good about that. I am not. I'm definitely, when I'm on vacation, while I'm taking a million photos, I'm also enjoying the moment. I want to be better at posting in real time, so I'm working on it.
Not gonna lie, I like when sometimes when I take pictures in the moment, it's kind of hard for me to post it because I'm just like, damn, that's what I look like right now. And then like once I let it marinate, I'm just like, I look good. What am I talking about? So
Um,
maybe it's just weird body dysmorphia.
Oh yeah, that's another topic. For me, it's just I'm trying to enjoy the moment. I'm trying to be like living in where I'm at and not spend too much time editing and like, and I don't even edit my photos a lot like that, but like posting and that kind of thing.
I just mess with like the saturation, contrast. That's it.
Oh, I think I kind of like not having to think about it and just post it. Like sometimes I might fix it a little bit in terms of like the color. I don't really, I don't, I can't even remember the last time I face tuned or anything like that.
Mm.
Um,
She doesn't really need to.
yeah, I'm kind of blessed. Like I have good skincare, um, good skin, knock on wood, and um, love my body.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah. We were on the topic. So yeah, this whole video, the premise of this video is supposed to be the 6 month check-in, where we're at, things we want to do for the rest of the year, and
This was only because she never set New Year's
I
resolutions.
know clock
She
me on
always
it. Did
pushed it
anyone else
back.
not do that?
I
Because I
did
mean,
it because it was like, it was us three.
yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, me and your boyfriend were doing it, and then she was just,
I don't know if he set them up that day, but I know we were all thinking about it.
I feel like I did it with you
We
guys.
were also drinking and we were playing Loteria, I think, or Uno.
Uno.
Uno. Um,
We put money on it.
I remember winning. I remember winning the big pot at the end.
Mm.
That was fun. Snuck it right out at everybody. If
Mm-hmm.
there's one thing about me, I am an Uno player. I have a mini deck of Uno cards in my bag now. I don't want to talk about it. And I have an Uno deck in my car. So whenever anyone wants to play Uno, I'm not saying I'm a professional. I'm not saying I'm great at it, but I love it and I love a good game. I'm not bad, but
Yeah.
it's just fun. I think it's a good game.
Yeah. That's like I need that in a casino. Actually, I don't. I would become a
Can
addicted
you imagine
gambler. A lot
if,
of people would.
yeah, it's such a good game.
Yeah. If they
But
put
would get,
like kid games in a casino, change the whole game.
I think there also needs to be an official rule list, and I'm sure there is out there of like how to play Uno because
It's on the box.
I feel like everyone has their own little twist on it.
Yeah, true. I hate when someone puts a rule that I don't have.
Or they like say something and you're like, what? Like that was never a
Yeah,
thing.
there's some people I know that like the way we play it, you can stack like a +2, a +4, but you can't like mismatch. Like you can't put like a +2 and then someone else puts like a +4. That's weird.
Mm,
Some
only
people
plus
don't
twos.
even let you like add on, or they like doing that mismatching. Get out of here. What are you doing?
Yeah. But anyway, I love a good game of Uno.
Mm, 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 mm.
So the 6 month list check in. Yeah, it is because I didn't do anything for the new year, so whatever. Clock me, it's fine. I now know I have things for sure that I would love to accomplish by the end of the year to feel some sense of accomplishment. Um, but just to keep myself accountable and feel good about it. Because what is this life? It's about feeling good. Live, laugh, love. Okay, so I think, do you want to go like one by one?
I was gonna say some that I've already done.
Oh yeah, how about you can start with that because I talk a lot.
Um, I didn't have my license before this year. How old am I? Don't want to talk about it.
21.
Okay. Do did I
21.
did I put it off? Yes.
How long? Yeah, let's dive deep into that one. How long have you had your permit? A
Since
decade.
I was like 17 or something. No.
I swear, it felt like that.
Maybe it was I was 18. I don't know. Still put it off.
Way too long.
Anyways,
Like I think like the pandemic happened.
I
And you
actually
still had your freaking permit.
let me look at my permit. I still have it.
We'll
Maybe I
put
was
it up.
younger than that.
We'll put it up on the screen, bro. It's way too long.
We don't need to put it up on the screen. It's okay. Anyways, got my license this year.
Ooh.
Um,
Does she still drive outside of Portland in the vicinity? No.
yeah.
But yeah, on your dates. Is I think your dates and your
And my
interviews.
tattoos.
Yeah, that's the farthest and the only reason why she goes out of her comfort zone to like drive anywhere new. Otherwise, no. It's annoying.
That shit really makes you lock in and then makes you not afraid.
Mm.
Because I had like driving anxiety. I feel like everyone does in general. Um, but yeah, I started doing that because well, everything she said. Anyways, um, I got a bike.
Mm-hmm. That
I
you
need to
hardly
ride it
use.
more. Did I say I need to read it more? I need to ride it more.
I think you said right.
All right. Um, I've been keeping up with my skincare routine actually. My
Yeah, better
skin
now.
has cleared up. I'll be like, are you sure? Yes. I have before
Yes.
pictures that are horrible.
It's
Um,
okay. I think, I mean, were you a teenager if you didn't have horrible skincare? I mean, I can't name a person that didn't have great skin at some point in their life, so you're good.
yeah, I guess. Um, been doing a lot of better self-care.
Mm,
Um,
nice.
mhm.
What is self-care?
Just like I guess like I've been journaling more. Um,
I was just joking. Like, I know what self-care is. I'm just saying that,
oh, I
like,
thought you were
what?
asking me what I've
No,
done.
well, yeah, I do want to know what you've done, but I'm just like, what is self-care? I don't do that. Who is she?
Oh,
Anyway, but yeah, so you've been journaling. Nice.
yeah.
Love that for you.
Um,
I don't have the patience to do that anymore.
yeah, it's been helpful, I guess. Writing down how I actually feel, so it makes me like realize a lot, I guess. Um,
This
just like
year
putting
is
it
the
out on
year
paper.
of realizing things.
Yeah. Um, I wanna. Well, that's kind of like all these other ones are different. I gave myself easy goals, to be quite frank, and like it's just like get haircuts more frequently. I have been. Now I finally have a barber. Woo!
Mm-hmm.
She also braids my hair beautifully.
I would love to see what she looks like because you talk about her all the time.
I, I mean, maybe I could find her Instagram. Let me stalk and find her Instagram. Yeah, my goat Amber. Um, if this blows up, I'll blow her up. So,
If she wants.
oh, I really want to go to a WNBA game.
Is
Yay.
that on your list?
Yeah.
That was like random. Okay.
These other ones are just like pretty simple.
But so those are the things you've done so far.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Not that much.
Do you want to go off
Oh,
like
I got more tattoos. I didn't get more piercings. Going to. Haven't yet. Got a lot more tattoos though. Cool.
nice? We turned the AC on because I started getting warmer earlier when we started this, and now I'm getting cold. Okay, so yeah, we'll trade. And I mentioned this before. One of the goals I have, is, and I'm really focused on it, is paying off at least half of my student loans. I was a goofy goober and figured, and for whatever reason, when I was in high school, I thought it was so embarrassing to go to community college. Let me correct myself. I wish I could have corrected myself then, but like I thought that that was like embarrassing, and because like we kind of grew up poor, I was like, man, I don't want to go to community college. Like I'm better than that. Um I wanted to rise above it at the time. And so I applied to all these schools.
Well,
Well,
the
only like a
community
handful.
that we grew up in though, prominently white. Um, because that's horrible. Because that make that I thought that too, but then
Yeah,
I really clocked
I
myself
think at the
later.
time, yeah, it definitely makes you feel like you don't have enough money, or like people with very to little, no resources financially were the only ones that went to communities, like couldn't afford it.
Mm.
Um, it kind of gives me like the people who had school, because I had that. We had the reduced lunch, you know? I
Oh
felt
yeah,
like those were the people that went to community college. Who gives?
I loved reduced
Yeah.
lunch. I didn't give a fuck. I got everything for free, all the food. If I wanted more food, I think they gave me more. Um, I don't know. I remember I saw a kid pay one time, or like the lady was a white kid, and the lady was like, "Oh, do you have money to pay for it?" And he was like, "Oh no, can I get it to you later?" I was like, "Y'all have to pay?" Like I honestly, I feel like lunches in general at school should be free.
Yeah, because
Um,
little do we know that like some families, some kids, like that's like their
yeah,
biggest only meal of the day. So,
yeah. In general, that shit should just be free.
yeah.
Um, but I don't know. I thought it was just a given, and then I found out someone had to pay, and I was like, yikes! Don't gotta waste my money. I don't know. I'm up personally. I'm actually not, but like I am here.
Oh yeah, so paying off half my student loans. So yeah, anyway, I felt like I had to prove something to myself, like I could do it, whatever. So I decided to go, at the time it was named Warner Pacific College.
It's not called that anymore.
No, it's called Warner Pacific University. They changed it. Why? What's the difference?
You think
Does
they're
it
not
really
really a private
matter?
school anymore, are they?
I know there's still a liberal arts school. I think. I don't know, to be honest. I didn't keep up with it. Thought it would be really cool and would be like a lot. It would make myself feel better at the time to like be like, yeah, I go to a private Christian school. Like I'm paying for my own way. Like no support, no nothing. I did all of the scholarships. While some of that was true, I am now paying the price for it. Yeah, so I graduated with my bachelor's in psychology. Yay!
Woo!
Yeah, so that felt really great because at the time I was the only person in our family that had graduated from college.
Woo!
So that
First to
was a,
graduate high school and college.
I feel like mom graduated from her own version of high school, I thought.
She didn't. It was like middle school.
I have to ask her again. I feel like it.
I don't
Anywho's, yeah, so all of those were big accomplishments. But I was just like, man, I really want to go to this. Like, and everything I had heard, of course, anytime when you're in that era or time of your life when you're applying for all these schools sound great. And it's just like a matter of like, what you want to major in and where you want to go, location, all these things. But like this school at the time seemed really cool. I loved the fact that it was like a private school. Because I think, I can't speak to the education systems now, but I can say at the time, like private was way more better than public. And I think in some instances, that's still true to a
Definitely.
degree. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still like that now, which sucks.
And so, yeah, I wanted to do that. That was important to me at the time. And so I did. I put myself through college. I paid my own way. the entire way, still paying for it. But I had to take out a lot of loans in my name. I didn't get any like financial assistance. I got some scholarships that really helped, um, and support along the way. I definitely remember some people in my time of when I went to school that really helped me because I was like in a really difficult situation. Um, where I was like even deemed homeless at school because of my living situation at the time. And so, yeah. Um, anyway, all that to say, I owe how much do I owe? I think I owe about, in case this helps anyone, I can't say I'm shy about it anymore. Before I wasn't like as open to talking about it, but because of where I'm at, let's just leave it at that, is that I'm not afraid to talk about numbers and money and stuff like that versus opposed to before. Like it felt like such a taboo thing. And I don't know if this is just a POC thing, if this is like a Mexican thing, but there's just like certain topics. And I think even maybe in life now, there's just like some things that people are so afraid or like so not as open to talking about. And for sure, money was one of them for me. I hated talking about it. I felt like it was no one's business to know how much money I made an hour annually. All that to say, I owe a little over $27,000. So I owe that in student loans. I have no credit card debt. Not me getting into my whole financial picture. Payments towards it every month. I definitely avoided it during COVID because everything was like on pause then, which was nice. And I think, can't speak for everyone, but at least now, coming out of COVID, now they're like, I think it's this year, I think for everyone, that you have to start paying your loans because they're going to start charging you again if you haven't been paying. I don't think we paid interest during COVID, but now I noticed that there was some interest on mine, but I want to pay. I started out, I think, and I've only done like two payments. I started out at 29, a little almost closer to 30,000 at the start of this year, but these past few months I've been making payments. So I'm down to 27 and I'm just going to start chipping away at it. I'd love to be around 15 by the end of the year. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
That's my first big goal, and I would feel very accomplished. I mean, if I could, I'd love to pay off the full 27 by the end of the year. Is
Mm-hmm.
that going to happen? It could, but
I feel like you really could.
ah,
You just maybe have to cut back on like
a
other.
lot of things, yeah, and that's the sacrifice. Um, yeah, I think I'll see closer, maybe come towards the end of the year where I'm at, comfortability wise, because I'm such a, the other hoarder in me is like the hoarder of money and the hoarder of my savings account. And so where do I feel comfortable when I'm at where I'm at the end of the year? We'll see. So that's my first one, and in no particular order, but this is one of my biggest goals for the year because I just want to get rid of debt and I want to start buying things, investing in things. And so this would make me feel better to know like it's always in the back of my head and I think about it every day. So I just want to eliminate that stress
Right.
off my back.
Right. I didn't go to college, so I'm free from capitalism. I'm just kidding. From loan sharks. Loans. Not me. I want to go to a drag show and I want to go to a gay bar.
Easy, easy. We can do that on a weekend.
Yeah, I know. We could do
I
all of
want
this.
to, we should go to,
I told you my goals were easy, so I didn't like really overwhelm myself.
that's good.
Yeah. I didn't want to put pressure on myself. These are just like little pressures that I've been putting off. And plus, a lot of these things are things that I feel like I would enjoy more now that I'm 21
Mm-hmm.
because the world just opens up when you're 21. You can do
It does.
so many things. Being like 18 to 20 sucks. Sucks. Can't do anything.
Yeah. The only thing that changes when you're 18 is you're now a legal adult. 21, now you can drink, but
Mm-hmm.
it flies by after that.
Not gonna
Let me tell
lie,
you.
maybe I'm too woke. I don't like 18 being legal. I feel like if you're gonna make like everything else legal at 21, why isn't when you're 21 the legal age? 18 just kind of seems a little like
You're literally fresh
maybe
out.
be too woke, a little too pedophile-y.
Mm.
It's just like a lot of men use that as an excuse, like at least she's 18, or like a lot of weirdos in general use that as like an excuse. But it's like, so I'm like 21. It's just like you're grown enough to know a lot, and like you're allowed to do all these things. So it's just like,
Yeah. 21 sounds reasonable.
hmm
But even then, in your early 20s, you're still so young.
yeah. But I would like. I
Yeah.
feel like that would be a better
Fit.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, those things are fun. That
hmm
should be easy.
Yeah.
Definitely doable.
Do
Nice.
some of them tipsy, high in the states that let me be, and then yeah, it's just a lot more fun.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing
Yeah.
I don't like about being 21 still is just like extra costs, like because of the age thing.
What do you
You
mean?
get like less. You don't get charges for stuff when you're like 25 because they're like you're older.
Oh yeah, they charge you. Yeah, I mean they charge you that if you were 18.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm
But
saying.
yeah,
Like I think that's
the only
stupid.
thing that changes when you turn 25 is what's it called? When you rent cars. There's like less they don't charge you as many fees. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
can't remember what
saying.
it's called.
Stupid. Like a kid fee.
Essentially. My other big goal, again, not in the order, is I want to clean out my storage unit. I want to be done with it. Pretty
Yeah.
big goal, but I think it can be done. I have, so I moved back. I'd have to find out and look at the exact timeline, but I moved back from Tukwila, Seattle, Washington,
Tequila.
like maybe 3, 4 years now. And at the time when I lived up there with my ex, I had a whole 2 bedroom apartment. And with a whole 2 bedroom apartment, just like your room alone, has so much. And so when I moved back, I was kind of like, I don't want to say in a rush, but I definitely was coming back with a timeline. And so when I was on my way back, I was like, what am I going to do with all my stuff? So I just like threw it in a storage unit because I was like, obviously can't take this all to my mom's house. So I put it in there to take care of that as like a placeholder. And I was just like, I figured I would be moving out. I wouldn't be like, this wouldn't be my, like where I'm living for now. And so, and for the years to come. And so I put all that in there
hmm
and it's still in there. But
hmm
yeah, these couches are from this from that apartment, that storage unit. I've gotten rid of some things. I plan on this week, which I've been trying to do, is like go every week and take out like 2, 3, 4 boxes, sell stuff, donate it. Um, but I would love to have that taken care of. So that's like something I don't have to think or stress about, but also because I pay monthly for it. So,
hmm
you know,
I also think it's crazy to think like you used to live in like
I
Seattle in like a two
know.
bedroom apartment now.
Yeah, I
Crazy.
got a crazy good steal. I think it was like maybe 1500 at the time in Tukwila, which is like 15 minutes outside of Seattle. I was like 10 minutes from the airport, the Seattle International Airport. It was such a good location. I loved it. It was a great little nook. It was a great time. Also sad times. Um, but it was, yeah, I can't believe I lived. I think that
Yeah,
was
like
like,
imagine that apartment now, how much it costs.
yeah, probably well into like 16, 18, 2000 plus a month. Maybe, who knows? I don't really
I feel like
know.
it'd be more.
I don't really know how much apartments cost anymore.
Yeah, do I?
Um,
But you used to live there alone.
yeah, so at the time I moved up there with my ex,
Mm.
um, and um,
Things didn't work out. Oh wow.
blah blah blah. So he moved back and I stayed because I was like,
She had a good
hot
job.
girl summer, gonna enjoy my life now. It's the first time I'm single in years. How party, I'm gonna go crazy. And then COVID hit, so I didn't get to have that
hmm
hot girl summer per se. I did have my fun. I did have my experiences, my life. I lived there. Didn't make all the best choices, but at the
You
time
live
I,
and you learn.
whatever, it's your early 20s for you. But I also had a lot of good times. I met so many good people. I was exposed to different cultures there.
hmm
Um, and so, yeah, but it's crazy to think I had that whole apartment,
hmm
had Max up there, very independent living.
hmm
I think that was like one of my very first times, like fully living in an apartment by myself,
hmm
affording it by myself,
hmm
and But just like up there, not living at home
Mm-hmm.
and not living in anyone else's home.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Was your home?
that was my little home, my little apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Would I ever go back to living into Seattle, Washington? Probably not. I think it served its
Seattle's
time.
too expensive.
It is more expensive. But also like I'm such a homebody. Like my home's here, my family's here. I grew up here, so this feels
Mm.
like home. I'm sure if that took place up there, then that would feel like home. But
I'm gonna lie, I'm tired of like Oregon and Seattle.
yeah, no, for sure. I would love to live in another
I feel like
country,
California, like it's just hotter there.
state. It's too expensive there
Yeah,
for
I
me.
know. But like if it were affordable, I would,
Hmm.
because
Yeah,
it's definitely different from cold ass Washington.
in Oregon.
And
Yeah.
Oregon's just rainy.
Washington, I feel is colder than Oregon. No one ever believes me when I say that, but I
It
I
is.
get cold easier, and but I feel like Washington is colder.
But like Washington, it actually snows there and like the snow
So
like
it's more
builds
often.
up. Oregon, like it kind of used to be like that, but now it's just, it melts. It's just water, it's just rain. And it's cold. LOL. I wanted to do a therapist search. Let's do that when I have
Let's get on
insurance.
that tomorrow.
Well, I need insurance.
Hmm.
Um,
That's a
yeah,
good one. Why do you want to do therapy?
everyone should be in therapy.
I agree.
So,
Let me tag people below.
any
Yeah.
therapists in the chat?
Yeah, any therapists, any recommendations, any.
I feel like I'm so picky with my therapist though because I would really love a therapist that was just POC in general
Mm-hmm.
and a woman. I can't talk to a man. I'm sorry.
Is
Maybe
it
it's
because you're
maybe
gay?
I don't even think
Just
so.
kidding.
Like maybe it's just like the misandry simi. I'm just kidding. Maybe it's just that in me
Hmm.
that I just like I feel like I know. It's just like men don't really fully understand what it's like for women. Like you can only be understanding to a certain extent because it's like you, it's just different living as a man. And like even gay men, like a lot of times people think that like gay men like aren't like oh they're just the girls. No, they're not. They are men at the end of the day. A lot of gay men, like even that I've met, are misogynistic and just like blind to a lot of things. And it's just like, yeah, just they a lot of, even if gay men are just like, even if they are queer, even if they are like, it's just different because they've really experienced life different from women, and it's just, you don't get it. So I would just love a woman that's POC. I did go to therapy when I was younger.
Mm-hmm. How old were you?
I think I was in high school.
Maybe early high school? Okay.
Yeah, early high school. It was before COVID. But I went to like, she was just, she was good at her job. She was just horrible for me. She was just this older white woman, and like you could tell like her, like even when I walked into her room, she dealt with kids. Like she had like a playhouse, and like she had like coloring books in there, like kid books in there. I'm in high school. What are we talking about? And on top of that, like I am POC. Um, so it's just like hard. I feel like anything I was telling her, she didn't get it.
Mm.
And like I don't know. Just I ended up like, it's gonna sound bad. I ended up like, I guess tricking her into thinking that I was okay, that I was cured. Um
No,
so she would
secured.
leave me alone because like she was just horrible for me. She's probably great for other kids, like actual younger kids. Me, she's horrible. So I was like, this is a horrible experience. Her advice was the shit that I could fucking look up. Um, yeah, I just didn't enjoy that. So, but yeah, I would love to obviously talk about my problems, um, and just have someone else like give me advice.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel
Well,
like I am pretty woke about a lot of things that have to
you
do with
are.
mental health.
You're woke
Um,
about a lot of things that I'm not woke about.
educated to my
Mhm.
own um research, but yeah, I feel like there are things that I am self-aware of, but like obviously someone who like has a degree in it and like I feel like in general POC just get it a lot better. Um but my dream would be like a Mexican woman therapist.
LOL.
But yeah.
Well,
Maybe she's queer. Manifesting it.
um, funny and same. That was my third point actually, is to find a therapist, start therapy. I've been known I've needed therapy. Um, for years. Um, I just never took the time and was like, man, it must be expensive when I was younger. And then the other thing is I actually tried, and to your point, I actually tried, I think it was like no, it was actually maybe 2 years, a year and a half ago, when I was dating my last boyfriend.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was trying to find a therapist. I
Hmm.
like went online and like I did the thing, went through my insurance people, and finding a therapist is like finding a doctor. It's very hard. While there's some everywhere, they're just like, and it's funny because like at least through the websites I use through my insurance provider is like you can filter through what you want. So do you care if it's a male or female? Do you care if they're queer? Do you want religious? Do you not? Do you like all these filters? And I did that. I filtered it through, and it's like the results got smaller and smaller. It was very hard, and for whatever reason I was really stuck on, and maybe this is the old fashioned in me, that I really stuck to trying to find someone in person, because I was like, man, like especially at the time, last year, whenever it was that I was looking for it, I was like, man, I don't really want to set up my laptop and cry at home. Like I'd rather be in the what's it called, in the space that they're in, and like do that in the privacy of there, and like not be here trying to have a whole therapy session while my mom's cooking dinner and Belen's like doing whatever. Like so
I'm raging on the game. So like
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Anyway, so um yeah, so I was like, that doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
And I think it's still, and it may be this way, I haven't looked since. um I feel as if there a lot of it's all online now, which is fine. I think it can work, but it was just hard. And so I haven't spent the time to do it. I definitely, so it's on my list, so I have to do it this year. But I would love to do that for my own mental health well-being. I want to be a better daughter,
A
um,
mother. You got something to tell me?
a better daughter, a better sister, cousin, girlfriend, like all these things. Like I know all
Person.
these things that, yeah, human being,
Yeah.
woman.
It's good for yourself.
Um, I know the issues and traumas I still have and hold and need to release and let go of and work through and past, and forgiveness and like of other people, but for myself. And then like I have, not me going into it,
No,
I
no.
have a whole bucket of things I know I need to work on and I suck at. And so I would just to love to do that, to feel better, to do better.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, preferably I would love a woman. And I would love someone who's POC, preferably, yeah, POC, I think is where I can leave it. Like, I don't think I need them to be Mexican. But does it help? Like, who knows the culture better than your own people?
Mhm.
Because then you can make the jokes. You can, like, they understand, they
Yeah.
know. No, but I wouldn't care if they were like black or POC anyway, whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
just would love for them to be POC and a woman, because
Mhm.
they would, we could talk about periods and
Yeah.
whatever and like wanting to crash out and they'd get it.
Mhm.
And a guy would be like, what's a crash out?
Yeah. And I've
Um,
heard that term before.
can you explain more
Yeah.
what that means? So yeah, that's on my list.
I feel
And if
like I wouldn't, sorry to cut you off. I wouldn't, I think I just would like to go to a therapy place too, like their own room, because like if we were to do it like online, like I feel like I would ask you guys to like leave the house
can
for an
everyone
hour.
go?
Yeah, because like I wouldn't, I feel like I would kind of like censor myself to like not say some things because I wouldn't want you guys to hear it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see that. I think I'm pretty open now, just because because of that very limited experience I had where like all of them were all online. I'm like, you know what, I don't mind that. I just would obviously coordinate it with my day off, so I'm home. Um,
Hmm.
or I'd have to figure out a time and a space. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's workable. Like I don't want that to stop me from not doing therapy.
Yeah.
I also really wanted to say this earlier in the podcast about our 6 months goals. I really would encourage you to think about your 6 months goals. The rest of your other half of the year goals, I think it's important to um, have goals, think about things you want to do, and like check in with yourself. Because I think, how is it that we're in June? So,
Mhm.
anyway, but yeah, I hope you take the time to look into where you're at, where you want to be, and how you can get there, some actionable steps, big and small goals.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, because then at the end of the year, it is kind of cool to look back and be like, wow, I did all these things.
Yeah.
And
That's
what's next?
yeah. I think I did the New Year's resolution list last year,
Hmm.
and it was cool to be like, oh, like check this off. It's
Yeah,
done.
I did that too. And I was like, wow, like I really did all that.
Yeah, yeah. And then
So,
now it's like the same feeling, I guess. Middle
hmm,
of the year, and I've gotten like most of my list done. Just like, yes, I'm better than all of you.
low key. Okay, nice. What's another one you have?
Don't talk about our postures.
Oh,
I don't need to be, what is that?
I don't know.
Diagnosed in any way.
Diagnosed with my bad
Disclaimer.
posture.
No, or just like in general, if I don't know. I hate like people that like diagnose people on like under like TikToks or just like anything. Like, let people live. They're annoying.
My other goal is kind of along the therapies. It's physical therapy. I have a really bad back, and I am so tired of living in pain with my back. It sounds so dramatic, but it really does hurt and bother me because sometimes when I'm sleeping, I don't want to say I wake up from pain, but I'm definitely like, I'll have to turn and I feel relief when I'm turning or when I'm sleeping in a different position. So I would love to find, hopefully, like do therapies first to help with that and with my like hips and now my knees
Mm-hmm.
um, before I venture out into other things. I tried doing, I think it was last year, when I started taking my doctor and health appointments more seriously, I told my doctor about it and she allowed me to go or like referred me to go get x-rays and stuff on my back, and they looked at it and they said everything's fine. They see that like they can see kind of a little bit what I was talking about in terms of like not misplacement, but there was like it was like a shortened discs I have. And so there's it's not like there's a cure for that or anything, but it's like nothing that was like, oh, like we need to get this corrected or fixed right away. But more so I just want to do it for me to relieve that pain.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate like it's not that I hate. It's sad to say that like I remember like there's very few days that I can count on my hands how many times I've ever been without pain in my back. And so it definitely alters
This is
what.
horrible. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is. It sucks. And it
Uh,
and I so I would just to love not to feel pain in my back, and like it definitely has like I try to keep it in mind with the things I do. Like I try to lift in a healthy way, like with my legs instead of my back, or like bend, like the way you bend over and all these things. Um, what's it called? But it definitely like I keep it in mind. I have to change the way I do things, and I would love to not be in pain. But there was something else I was going to say. I also would love to figure out if I can fix it or help with it with physical therapy versus going into other routes like steroids or like having to take medicine. Like you can do things like that for pain, and I just would hate to, like, that would be my last option, or if it ever got worse. And so,
it's like
yeah,
a scary route, just in my head. I
yeah.
just had like stigma against
Um,
steroids and stuff.
but also reminds me of like I'll never forget I saw some of these videos of like, and I'm not saying chiropractic work is the way to go because I hear both good and bad things about it, but like I remember there'd be like TikTok videos of like different therapies or like chiropractors where like they would help crack and relieve some pain, and like people would start crying because they just like felt that release, and it had been like a pain that they had for years. And so I just would love to work on my little old back.
Mm-hmm.
So that's on my list. And I did have a physical therapy appointment I canceled and I haven't rescheduled. much like my dental appointment, my 6 month cleaning. I think I'm like a month or two overdue. So those are just some of those things that I have to reschedule. I just haven't made the time.
Okay. Hmm.
Anyway.
Is that yours?
Physical therapy.
Mm, I don't know. I feel like a lot of women that I've talked to, and then just like women in general that I know, always talk about like some type of back pain. I'm just like, I've never experienced
All
that.
hot girls have back pain.
That's true. Um, but I don't know. Like, yeah, guys,
Mm-hmm.
what are you doing? Um, but you pulled your back out from like when you were a kid and you worked at like a factory. Isn't that?
No, I don't think that's where I pulled it.
I swear that's what you told. Maybe you just lie to me. I don't know. Mm, hmm.
By the way, we're getting mics. I'm so excited. I
Yeah.
can't do this holding of the mics anymore. Um, because I also noticed it alters the audio. Like if we're touching it a lot, you can hear it, and I know I can imagine that that's annoying. So we got like stand up mics. I can't wait. We already got the
Mm,
stands today. Shout out to Amazon. Not really, but thanks for fast delivery. It's here.
yeah.
And then I wanted it to be. I wish I would have ordered it earlier in the week so we would have it set up. But by the third podcast, it should be here. I have two stands, one for each of us, and then I have two mics.
Hmm.
Moving up in the world.
Yay.
Woo!
Um, I think my other ones are just like traveling wise. Like, I want to go see my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
She's in
Nice.
California.
Yay! I would love to meet her too. She seems really cool.
She
She's so
is
pretty.
cool. She is pretty.
Mm-hmm.
It's my bestie.
Shout out to you.
Hmm.
Um, you send it to her. Hey, you're in the clip. Some of the other ones I want to do is I want to join and start a different workout routine, whether that be Pilates, therapy. Everything's therapy. I need therapy, guys. Um, no, like yoga or something, or like a bar class. Like, I don't know if I could do cycling. Um,
Hmm.
but I would love to do something different. I don't mind renewing my membership every year. I pay for it up front because I just don't want to deal with the cost every month. But I just like the gym we go to is just so dirty. All the
It's
ones are
just
dirty.
that location in
I
general. I feel
feel
like,
out of all of them, I think there's like maybe two out of like five that I would consider decently cleaned.
yeah, but like all those other gyms that like are clean are just like obviously like you pay more.
There's this gym membership where my boyfriend goes. Oh my God,
It looks nice.
it is so nice. They have everything in there. But I would just like a nice clean clean membership. I would just like a nice clean gym where I don't feel gross about putting my stuff down and having to wipe my stuff down when I come home. Like I do that every time I come home from the gym here. I always wipe my phone down because I'm also always throwing my phone like on the ground or like whatever, but it's just I don't feel as like you should be doing that anyway, but I don't feel as pressured or I have to do it after leaving those gyms.
Yeah.
But anyway, one of those. I also so knowing how much I made because we all did our taxes, hopefully in during tax season like March April. I
Mm,
did my taxes and knowing how much I made, I was like, man, it was so close to breaking this number. That would have been really cool for me because that would have been the most I had ever made so far. And so now knowing where I'm at, I have a specific number in mind I would like to hit this year. Um,
very attainable, I think.
I think so.
Mm,
So I hope I hit that.
mhm.
That would be really exciting. And I'm really blessed and fortunate that every year I have been in a place other than when I like stepped down from a position, um, that I've always been making more. So, and I hope that's the goal for everyone. You should be shooting for that if you're not.
Yeah, if you can, obviously.
Yeah. Another goal. These last two kind of go hand in hand. I want to learn another language. I want to learn Arabic. Ah, I have a habibi. My honey's a habibi. So he's Middle Eastern, and I would love to learn that language so I can be part of those conversations.
Hmm.
But also because if we ever have kids and get married and do the whole thing, I would love to do that dual like language thing with your kids where like the husband, or in this case would be my husband, he would be honey, he would be the one speaking in Arabic, and then I would be speaking Spanish, and then we can sometimes, you know, immerse, immerse,
I liked how,
immerse the English.
yeah, I liked how our cousins did it.
Mm,
He like they only talk to their daughters in Spanish,
mm-hmm.
and the way that their daughters learn is
English.
through school.
Yeah.
And I also like we had this in our community. I didn't even know. Um, but there was like a elementary school that like taught their kids in Spanish like English. Um, yeah, just not English. Like all their classes were in Spanish. So
Mm-hmm.
if I mean, and it was crazy because like we were going to the same bus stop, and I just wasn't in that school. And
Mm.
like they went to school a little bit earlier, got out a little bit earlier. I feel like that's why mom didn't take me there,
Hmm.
because like those hours didn't work with her. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I kind of had wished I went to that school because I feel like my Spanish would be a lot better. But I feel like learning other languages in general would just be cool. I
It
would
only
love,
benefits you.
yeah, I would love Arabic would be amazing. Um, and I would really like to know sign language.
Yeah, I would love to, for obvious reasons, learn Arabic. I got a couple words down. Marhaba, hello. Nam means no, and then I got haram is forbidden. I got my three words down. Um,
Allah.
yeah, God,
Hmm.
or inshallah, God willing. Yeah, I got a couple words down, but I would love to take classes, like go to a library or go somewhere and pay for classes, or just like try to pick it up on my own. But I think that's obviously a little harder. I would love to take it seriously and like learn. But yeah, I would love to do that for like future kids. But it's just because like if that's my partner, my person forever, which I hope you are, honey, is I would want, yeah, I'd want to be part of that. Just like I would be so blessed and fortunate if he took the time to do that. Not because I ever told him or would make him, but because like that's an interest and he knows that's important to me and like my family and like our culture, you know. And
Hmm.
so I would love to, yeah, make that part of our lives.
Hmm.
Um, I sometimes, so random, I kind of forget that like him and I are an interracial couple. I forget that.
Mm. Mm.
We are.
Yeah,
Why are you thinking about it?
because I don't really think about like in general like race like that, I guess, or just like I don't know. But yeah, you are. But
Hmm.
I don't know. I never. I guess you're right, but I'm just like, eh.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like whatever, but I kind of like forget about it sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had a bonus language and spent time, and I wish we could have kind of started it. We tried to learn the alphabet in ASL. I would love to fully learn American Sign Language. That would be so cool.
Hmm. I've
More
heard that
inclusivity.
like after like your third language that you lose
Lose.
learn, um, you start picking up other languages really easy. I would love to learn Mandarin.
I would love to learn all languages, to be honest.
I also
Makes
like,
communicating easier,
yeah,
especially in my work too.
you know how you like pick up languages like a lot faster is like you switch like your TV shows that you
I've
normally
heard
watch
that.
to like stuff like you could watch like a show that's from whatever language that you want to
Hmm.
learn, and then you just like watch that. Like you could just watch 30 minutes a day of like, let's say you wanted to learn Spanish, you'd put on like a telenovela for like
Not a
30 minutes.
telenovela.
Yeah, but like that will,
Soap
get you,
operas.
you could listen to like 30, like let's say like you go to the gym, put on like a Spanish radio for like while you're like your 30 minutes of cardio. Like that's how you get your brain working and recognizing words, which I
Yeah,
believe it's so.
it definitely takes some time, I think.
Yeah, I would love to be, because like I always think it's like it's always like um I feel like heartwarming to other people who speak that language
Oh,
when you
yeah.
can speak it like fluently and you
They love it,
understand.
they're surprised,
Yeah.
and they appreciate it. Yeah.
They're like, wow, and then like yeah, it's just like I don't know, they kind of like in a way like treat you better
And more
Um,
accepting.
yeah, and they're
Mm,
just like, "Oh my God, like you're so like you got it down," because like other languages, like I heard Mandarin's really hard. I heard like Chinese is
I can
hard.
imagine.
Yeah, and like they have like different alphabets and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, I would love to just to kind of just like gain respect of other people because I
Mm,
feel like that's just cool. Because like they appreciate and like me learning it, and I appreciate their culture or whatever,
hmm.
and like appropriately talk to them and
Yeah.
whatnot.
I have this one sideline story. I have this one Arabic Middle Eastern family that I work with sometimes, and every time I see them, I
Mm.
always greet them in Arabic and I say hello, and they love it and they just eat it up. It's really cute. And I say like this two or three words to them every time, and every time I see them, and we have the moment to like I have the moment to help them or whatever. I keep telling them like I'm gonna learn some more words. Tell me next time you come. I got more to learn. But the other one that went along with that was I want to learn more recipes, either whether that's writing it down, I don't care, or just like cooking more food. Um, got the basics down, that's fine. I can cook some very basic meals, but I would love to learn how to cook more Middle Eastern food and more just like recipes. But like I want to start to learn to get them down so I don't have to have them written down or to like reference it. But I would love that because I'm trying. I am. I mean, I kind of still am. Grow up. I am a picky eater. There are some things that I just can't do.
Oh, brother! Like I'm not a picky eater.
Marisol.
This guy
I
stinks.
do stink.
Yeah, we just weren't like we're just accustomed to like a lot of what we ate though.
I think mom definitely tried to get us to eat those things. I remember that, but
I feel like she did too late.
maybe. Um, but yeah, I'm a picky eater, and so or as who did I hear it from? I can't remember. Someone was like, "I'm not picky, I'm selective." So I'm a selective eater. Um, but there are some things I can't do. I can't do seafood. Excuse me.
You've tried a lot of these foods though, right?
Yes. Uh, I can't say I've tried all seafood, but like I have tried shrimp. I can't do it. I can't do some fish. I did actually have my boyfriend's mom the other day on Sunday. We went to her house and she had this like salad. It was like a cold salad where it was like noodles and it had like stuff and it had like celery, it had shrimp, it had crab, it had olives, all these things in it. And I'm like, I don't need half of that. But I like obviously like you don't disrespect the family, the house of the family you go into and like be like, oh, can you take out? No, you know, you eat it or you don't, or you do.
You
And
usually
so
just eat it, yeah.
I couldn't eat all of it. And it was so cute because like when she would go off to the kitchen, my boyfriend was like, "Oh, honey, like you can give me the shrimp," and I was like, "Oh, thanks." He was so sweet. So I gave him most of the shrimp, but there was still some crab in there, and like
When
I
she's gone.
tried. I know we were just handing off the
Mm,
parts that I didn't like. Bless his heart, thank you.
mm,
Um, he took the shrimp and I actually ate some of the crab and I was like, okay, I can do this. I would like cut it up into smaller pieces and just like eat it along with other food.
mm,
My fellow picky selective eaters would do that to kind of at first I was like, oh, maybe I can mask the taste with like other foods so I don't taste it. And it actually wasn't that bad. And I don't know what kind of crab it was, but I was like, okay, I could do that again.
mm,
And so yeah, there's that. But also with dating my boyfriend, there's there's so many, and it's so interesting. Just a few spices or a few different ways you cook it is like a whole nother culture, a whole nother world. And so I've been learning to eat and try more foods, like Middle Eastern foods.
mm,
And surprisingly, I've been liking a lot of them. I think there's a lot of common ingredients they use,
mm,
just different flavors and ways that they're cooking it.
mm,
And so I'm having a different appreciation and likes towards some of these things. And I would love to learn how to cook those things so he can also have that fix at home. Say we buy a home or like we live together. I would love to do that for him. I would, yeah, 1,000%.
mm.
Um,
Cool.
but there's something else I was
Yeah, I'm a kind of. I wouldn't say I would be that picky because I feel like I would just end up trying it, but a lot of the foods that I haven't tried, I have an idea in my head that I won't like it, and then I'm
so
just like,
therefore I won't eat it.
yeah, therefore I just go back to what I'm used to. Um, yeah, it's just, but don't worry, guys. I'm gonna have people in my life that are gonna force me to eat these foods.
And I was gonna say one thing, I can't remember who it was or what it was, but um, I just kind of got into this shift or this change or yeah, shift, I guess is the best way I can explain it, where someone was like, well, how do you even, it wasn't even, I can't remember who or where it was, but I was just like, why am I not trying these things? Like, who knows if you actually really like them or not? Like the smell, the texture, the look of it can be deceiving and you don't know till you try it. So why not try it and know that you don't like it and like whatever, right?
Mhm.
So I've been, and I'm really good about that. And I appreciate my boyfriend giving me the kudos on that. Is like, while sometimes I look at something and I'm like, ah,
Mhm.
I'm gonna try it. I'll take a bite, even if it's like a small little nibble. I'm gonna try it. Um, my only thing with this is like I'm very big on texture and smell. So that's kind of why I can't do seafood is I feel like I can always smell the ocean. And I know that they say that like, hey, if you can smell the ocean, then it's not cooked right or whatever. But
Mhm.
I you can still smell the fishy taste, this fishy smell,
Mhm.
if you will.
Do you
And
like
so
tuna? Oh wow.
it has a smell to it
Yeah, you're right. It does, but
again.
I
What was I
don't
saying? But
textures and stuff.
so I'll try everything once. My only thing with that and my only request is I don't like being pushed or like forced into it. Like don't make me eat a whole thing of something I don't like,
Mhm.
as I wouldn't do that to you.
Of
But I will
course.
try everything once. That's fine.
Mhm.
Um, but the texture thing is like you put a texture emoji in the chat. But I think there is something
What
to say
texture
about
did
I
you?
know that's why it doesn't make sense.
What?
I think there's something to say because there are foods, there's certain textures. I'm sure everyone has to have them,
Mhm.
except for the people that don't care and eat everything.
Mhm.
That like there are some textures and things that I just can't do.
Yeah.
For
Our
example, hmm?
our cousin eats like the fat for like carne
Oh
asada.
bless her heart. You
Like
know who you
y'all are
are.
different type of Mexicans.
You're a
If
different type
y'all,
of person.
yeah, like
The
that
fat off of like
squishy is get
um
away from me.
and like for me like regular tomato, I don't know, I can't do the inside of the tomato. It's too like
I feel like a lot of people don't like tomatoes in general.
I can do cherry tomatoes. I realize I do like that one. I had that in like a salad one
Yeah,
time and I
those
was
look
like,
like
okay.
grapes, and there's
I don't know if I could eat them like that, but yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
there's yeah.
But there's a couple other foods that I just can't do with the texture. Oh,
Understandable.
yeah.
I feel like mine is just like I already have this idea in my head that I'm not gonna like it, and I'm also like nervous that I would be like disrespectful if I were, cause like I I used to be really bad with like gagging, and I wouldn't be able to like.
That's
I remember like our madrina, like I would go over to her house a lot, and she would make me try new foods, and like I guess she did pressure me a lot
oh,
because
she
like you
did.
know she's just like a hard ass.
She did that to us
Um
all the time. It's funny.
yeah, and like to a certain extent it obviously did like push me, but like just baby like let me like inch towards it, like actually like I don't know, just be more like welcoming or just like not as much pressure. But I don't remember what she made me try. I think it was lobster. Um she made me try the lobster, and like I was just like so afraid to, because like I literally just saw the lobster. Like it was just obviously like a
LOL.
lobster there. And then like she just like broke the arm off and then like cracked it or whatever.
The
However,
legs.
yeah, yeah,
The
cracked it.
arms.
I don't
Not
know.
the lobster arms.
I don't know. Like
What's your
exactly
favorite
like
part of the lobster? The arms?
it like broke it and then like cracked it in front of me, and then I was like, "Oh my god, you're hurting it. It's dead."
Not the trauma, not it
Yeah.
traumatizing you. That's
Yeah, and
funny.
then like she was just
I
like,
didn't know
"Eat
that.
it." And I was like, and then
That's her
like I
personality.
gagged in front of her, and then she was like, "Don't gag, like that's so mean." Da da da. And so I just like I don't know.
I don't
Ever since
remember.
then
I didn't know that. That's
well,
funny.
I was alone with her.
Mm.
It was like a day that I was sleeping over. But yeah, I just like I'm so like, especially if it were to like, thankfully I've recently been like dating people who are like Hispanic, Latino, so like a lot of our food is the same. Um, but yeah, I just wouldn't want to be disrespectful to anyone else's mom. Like, I wouldn't want to try something and then like gag and then like I don't want that to come off as disrespect. It's just a texture thing. And
Yeah.
like obviously I feel like if you go to any POC house and they made food, just like grab a plate. What are you doing?
You can't not eat their
Yeah.
food
So like
unless you're like
you have,
actually full.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, in general, even when you are full, I feel like you should still grab a plate. Like just grab a little something. But I wouldn't. I just it's just a little fear with like being disrespectful and then it's like
Yeah.
just me personally.
Um, yeah, I think that's a POC
I
thing.
have to poop.
Okay. My last two that I was gonna say is I would love to max out my Roth IRA.
IRA.
So that's different, yeah. It's the same idea.
Roth IRA.
Yeah. Oh,
IRA.
Roth, yeah.
That's
Well, I guess when I hear people say IRA, I think a traditional IRA. That's how people refer it to. That's different. It's like your 401k or whatever. But your Roth IRA, your Roth IRA, I guess is a little different. I guess in terms of like how you fund it. But anyway,
whatever you know about that stuff.
um, yeah, I need to max that out again this year. I did it last year. So I need to do it again this year.
Good
And
job.
then, very blessed, very fortunate,
Blessed.
blessed, very fortunate, very blessed, very, how did we say it last time? Highly blessed, highly favored, or whatever it was. And then last one is LOL. So a couple years ago, how many years was it? I don't remember, but I went to school to be an esthetician. LOL. Did I do anything with it? Uh-uh.
She finished the schooling.
I finished the schooling. There's two exams you have to take to be licensed in the state of Oregon.
Mhm.
It's the law exam and then the like actual knowledge part. And I passed the law exam, which I think is so funny to me because I used to love law, and then like the subject of law, and
Mhm.
then the knowledge part I didn't pass twice based off of like, or not based off of, but I didn't pass it twice because of like two or three questions I missed. So I think if I really took the time to study for it, I could pass it.
Right.
But I just want to get the license for it and just be like, yeah, I did that. It's done.
Mhm.
Because it feels like in my head, I still have that one checkbox mark to like fulfill, and then I'll be happy.
Mhm.
And then whether or not I decide to do anything with it, I guess that's a different story. Who
You
knows?
could. You just have to obviously
Yeah, but
manage it in.
I think I could definitely. The
Mhm.
opportunity is there, but
Mhm.
it's a matter of like, where am I at that point in time in my life? And then what are my interests? Because I think I definitely had interest of it at the time. And it's not that that is not in my interest now. I just have different things I'm working towards and things that like I genuinely like to do. And this is definitely taking up my time and I'm loving this
Mhm.
and this is fun. So
I feel like if this were to like go, somewhere
it is, it's
and
going to
like
work.
you
It's
were
we're
to,
manifesting it.
yeah, and you were to like be able to leave your job, I feel like that would be like a cool side hustle that you could do. And then with the platform you have, you could obviously like, you
Yeah,
know,
if I decide to do that.
I feel like that would be cool. Hmm.
But
But yeah, just go get your
yeah,
license, bro.
I know it's not that hard. Grow
Um,
up, study.
big whoop.
Yeah, I think that's all I have. Oh, last one. I'm done now after this. Last one I have is friend dates. I have no friends, so where do I get these dates? I have very few friends. That's okay. But I need to get better about my friend dates. I
Mhm.
have some friends that I need to be better about scheduling time to see them and hang out with them. So whether that be like just dinner or like doing an activity, I just want to be better at scheduling those things in the month
Mhm.
to enjoy those times because life passes by. Like I have this one friend, if you see this, I love you. We keep telling ourselves that we will do a month like dinner date, and we started that in
Uh,
January, and that's the only time we've been. We tried it. We had it scheduled in February, but I had to cancel. And
she's the
then,
one with the kid, right?
she
Okay.
has two kids,
Oh
and
wow. Yeah.
hmm and what happened? And then we tried last month, but they got sick, and now this month I'm going to Europe, so I have to fit it in before Europe. I need to reach out to her, but Um,
Hmm.
yeah, I just want to do that more. And not even just like my friends, but like with you. I think I should definitely do a one-on-one with mom, all of us together. And then I have a couple other friends I want to do that with. Or like even friends or people that I know in my life that I want to be friends with to take that extra leap of faith and effort to like cultivate, create that friendship.
Hmm.
I think is so hard as adults. That's another thing I would love to dive deep into. Like, why is that so hard? It just is, in my
I don't know. I
opinion.
feel like we should just go up to each other like we did in like elementary and be like, "You want to be my friend?" And then boom.
We're friends. It reminds me of when you say, you're like, can we all just get along? That's how I feel.
Mm.
Can we all just get along?
Like what's his name? That guy in Sinners.
Hmm.
You know? Never mind. I've been seeing a bunch of memes about it. We watched Sinners.
Mm-hmm.
Great movie.
We did.
I loved it. She,
I didn't love it. I think it's a good movie that had its like good parts, but I can't say like for some people, hate on me. I'm sorry. For some people, they like went and watched
I
it.
make my own hate comment towards you. She doesn't even know what she's talking about.
um, for some people, they went and watched it a second time,
Hmm?
and then for me, like
I would watch it a second time,
I don't think I don't
but
think I don't think I would.
I would do it illegally. But
We'll cut that out. No.
or
um, I
if it was on a streaming service, like if it were on Netflix, I'd rewatch it.
I what was I gonna say? Yeah, I don't think I watched it a second time. Um, it's just I knew that like the vampire scene, Twilight had its moment, but like I'm not a vampire girl movie, so I didn't love that part.
Boo!
But there like I think it had good moments, it had good scenes and things to think about.
I liked how it was like partially fantasy, but it had a lot of cultural stuff. It had a lot of
Hmm.
history, and like I love music. I loved like there's so many like historical things in that movie
Yeah, so I
that are
love
just like like they captured, and it's just like beautiful,
so
beautiful.
yeah, I love the history. I loved the music. I love those
I also
things.
loved some of the dynamics that they had, like Smoke and Annie. That was her name. Mary and Smack, I think his name.
Smack. I don't remember the characters' names, all of them.
The two Michael Jordan's characters,
Hmm.
and then their like relationships. I love their relationships. They obviously showed different dynamics.
Yeah, very different.
Yeah, and but I loved Smoke and Annie. I'm pretty sure that's her name. I'm so sorry. And Annie's relationship so much, and I loved how like they just listened to her when those vampire spoiler when the vampires came to the door, and she was already on guard. She was already like she knew what was up, and they all trusted her. Like
Yeah.
they're just
She definitely gave such a motherly vibe.
hmm. And then I loved how like spirituality is just in that. I love when there's stuff like I when people like tie in like religion into it. I feel like that's when I feel more towards it.
Hmm.
Unless like there's like a sometimes when it's like a horror, then I'm like, all right, cool. But like a lot of the time when people like go onto religion and stuff for like that time, I'm just like, oh brother, like I'm just tired. I'm tired of it personally. I love seeing like indigenous spirituality practice. I love spirituality practice in general because like spirituality is for indigenous people. It is like it's them, like they believe it. Obviously, like a lot more. I think it's a lot more powerful than like religion. So,
What is more powerful than religion?
spirituality.
Spirituality.
Yeah.
Yeah, teach their own. Belen's not a spiritual person.
I am a spiritual
Sorry, not a
person.
religious person.
Yeah.
So that's where her perspective is coming from.
Maybe I'm too woke.
I think that's your opinion.
Mhm.
I'm not here to bash anyone's side.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, people have their own beliefs, their own systems, their own things. That's fine.
Mm.
So, thanks. Thanks for joining in. Another long podcast for you. Um,
Please don't talk about my posture.
Please don't talk about the bad quality of the mics, maybe all the switching around. Yeah, thanks for watching the podcast, Casa Flores. Keep it up. Thanks for listening to the podcast, tuning in.
Mm.
Please support, like,
We have
comment, share.
socials now.
We do. It should be down below,
We should
tagged
make.
everywhere.
We will have a TikTok up soon.
Mhm.
We have an Instagram or a YouTube channel. Obviously,
And
we are
an
here.
email. Okay, again, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, share, like, comment, share with your friends, um, and your family.
Even if you're making fun of us, thanks for the view,
Whatever
I
the
guess.
engagement is in
Mm.
any, how does it go? Any engagement is not good engagement, but is that how it goes? Like any
engagement is like exposure or something. Any
whatever.
exposure is exposure. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, thank you for watching Casa Flores. This was fun. We'll do it again next week. I'm not sure if we have a specific, like, we're dropping it every month, like, I don't know if I want an expectation for that quite just yet. Just because I am still working, like, my full 9 to 5. Um, But last goal to throw in there is to keep up with the podcast. So we're already defying the odds. We're on the second episode. I hope to continue doing this moving forward and just document our life story, talk about things, whatever. I'm so open to conversation and would love to even talk and bring other people on once we get there. Just
We can bring in
because.
our universe people.
Mm-hmm. I was like, our universe. What are you talking about?
You know, like the Marvel universe, like that'd be like ours, Casa Flores
Yeah.
universe. Bring
I
in
would
our
love to do
people.
that. Get more opinions. I love conversation.
I would
Um,
love us to have like prompts and then people send them in and then we can talk about it.
I would love to be like Call Her Daddy, where she has like cards and she's just like ready to talk about things. Like it looks like an interview, like a pod, like a not a
Um,
obviously like a podcast, but like a show, where they like have things that they were ready to talk about.
yeah.
Um, yeah, all that is soon to come, but
Mm-hmm.
it's been fun. Can't wait to continue doing this. I get excited. This is just for fun, just having fun,
Woo!
having conversations. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, thanks. And we'll see you guys again next week. Bye.
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 I have to poop.
Keep that in there.